Hey, your head's up to this 5-minute quickie. Follows on from a sense of purpose, and it's all about those critics that come along and blindside you. They offer advice in the form of criticism and wonder why you don't take it. And I'm going to tell you how to use it. Okay, have a listen now.
Warning.
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 Warning. You are entering into the unplugged mind of Paul Clough. Too late. Personal Development Unplugged.
Hey, it's Paul again. Personal Development Unplugged. It's with me. Yeah, I said Paul Clough. And following on from the longer podcast, the hashtag 153, that sense of purpose, where we discussed, our missions, our projects, our goals, how they'll all come along. When you intuit what your sense of purpose is, things get attracted to us. But the trouble is, when we start on this adventure of pursuing our dreams, pursuing our goals, pursuing our purpose, and then comes along that person or people, the critics, the people who love to criticize. And the thing is, it's not like in NLP, there's a lovely process that's been modeled from Walt Disney. Guess what it's called? Yeah, that's right, the Disney process. And it goes through a process of how Disney went about creating the things that lasted a lifetime. And it started off with a dreamer. And then the dreamer would hand over his part of that goal to the realist, who would look to find out how things could really work. And then they'd give it to a critic. But that critic was part of the team. And that critic was doing positive criticism, so the dreamer can then start to dream again. And it goes in a circle. We're not going to do that today. But what I'm trying to say is that critic was part of the team. Yet these people just seem to criticize. And I have to think, firstly, did you ask for that criticism? Probably not. Because if you asked for criticism, you wouldn't ask for it in that way, I'm sure. You'd ask for help. You'd ask for advice. You see, I don't see this criticism as being objective. I see it as just people sometimes trying to bring you back or just telling you where you're wrong. And I have to say, do they have the experience? Have they had the experience to even offer that type of criticism? Have they done it before? If they have, well, you can then ask them to change that criticism into advice. And I'm going to talk about in another 5-minute quickie podcast of how to give that criticism in a different way so it does become real advice, and advice that would lead to you getting more rapport with that person. But that's another time. But the thing is, if you're subjected to this type of criticism, what do we do? Because it's so easy just to buckle under, I guess. Because it's ever so easy for me to say, stop listening. Don't listen. Because they're there. But the thing is, this is my like meta little box I write at the top. You're not them. You're not them. They're not you. They don't have your experience. They don't have your dream. They don't know what you want, and they don't know why you want it. They don't know the value. They don't know the importance. If they did, they'd probably give you advice or support. Because that's all you need then, isn't it? Just support along the way. So this is the type of advice I'm going to give you. And it's not in the traditional sense of how a process to deal with criticism. We can do that another day too. There's loads of things we can do. With this one, I just want you to question it. Question that criticism. A question we can ask is, where's the data? What does that mean, Paul? Well, where are they getting this advice from? Because some people say, well, that just won't work. Well, let's break that down. This won't work. What is this? What are you saying will not work? Is it a part of it, the whole of it? And on what experience are you saying it won't work? What is the data, the real facts that have gone on before to say that it won't work? And are they exactly the same? So you could say, well, okay, the data's not there, or the data is there. And you say, well, actually, we're moved on in time as well. So the question would be then, if there is data, what can I learn from this? Simple question. What can I learn from this? And then you make a decision. That's all you have to do. Because The other thing I wrote down is how I want you to feel. And how I want you to feel when you do all of this is it's okay. It's okay to do it your way. Or a belief would be it's okay to do it my way because this is my dream, my goal, my purpose. Now, to do that, to ask that question, what can I learn from this? Or think about where's the data, what the intention is maybe. I wonder what that person's intention is to give me that type of advice, which isn't advice, it's purely just criticism. Well, I guess what you have to do is dissociate from that, because if you're associated while you're trying to go through those bits of advice, bits of criticism, bit of whatever it is, that information, if you're associated, it gets emotional, doesn't it? So dissociate it from it and see it over there. So you can see that person over there talking to you, saying those words, and just notice, do they make sense? Or if you look at the data, you just look at the data dispassionately. What is that data saying? What has happened in the past? What is it saying to you now? Is it really aligned or about the dream or the project or the goal or the mission or your purpose? Because sometimes it's not even the same bloody thing. And we can say, well, it's not the same thing. Could I learn from it, from those failures or what went wrong? Absolutely. And now you're doing it, though, from over here, looking at over there. What can I learn from this? Well, then you can start to write those things down. What is it those things that have gone on that I can learn from that will make my mission, my project, my goal, my purpose even richer? Now we've got a better question, because we're looking for the things that are positive, that are going to support us. In fact, you are now going to be your own supporter, because you've got to remember, as I said, they are not you. You're not them. You have your own set of skills, not their skills. You have your own experience. You have your own outcome. You know the things that you may be lacking, and you know that then you're going to find something, the resource somewhere from someone or from something to find those skills. And it's then just a matter of adapting that into what you want. Let me just finish by saying this. Yep, they could be right. But now you've analysed it, you now become right. Or as right as you intuitively feel. So just do it your way. Follow your purpose, your intuitive purpose. Follow your goal, because you're the one who's going to put the effort in. You're the one who's going to reap the rewards. And just, you become responsible for that result, because they're not. It's ever so easy to just give that negative advice, because that's what it is. Generally, it's negative advice. But no one other than you is responsible for the completion, the start, the middle of this particular goal, this dream of yours, this mission you have, this passion, this purpose. And because you're responsible for it, you set it in motion. Because you're responsible for it, you will keep an eye on it, become aware. You'll be flexible enough to keep bringing it back on track. Or if serendipity happens and something even better comes along, you'll be able to make that move in that direction. But more importantly, you will be responsible for the wonderful results that you get, because you saw it first. You followed it through, because you're you. There you go. That's it. Just a real quick one, because I just don't like critics. I love people giving advice, but critics, well, they can, unless you ask specifically for, can you criticize me? It's you. Always ask for help. Ask for advice if you need it. Where can you do that? Well, actually, you could do it here if you wanted. So if you're having some issues with following that dream, following your purpose, following, your reason why you're here, or just anything that's going on in your life, just ask it here, because we'll come up with some input, I'm sure. Whether it'll be right or not, I don't know. It'll be from me, though. My intention will be to give you the best advice, the best process I can give you. Maybe a hypnosis track. How do you do that? Well, just email me. feedback@personaldevelopmentunplugged.com. Comes directly to me, no one else. It doesn't go anywhere else. You'll get the reply from me personally. And then we'll make sure your dreams are yours alone, and you're going to get them. That's what we've got to do. So I'm going to be your supporter. All you have to do is let me know if you have an issue, or you need some help, or you need some advice. You won't get criticism. You're going to get support and advice. Please do that. Okay, that's it from me. There's a little bit to come after this. Please do listen, because it is important. It's an important message for you, for me, and everyone else. But until then, until next time, it's Paul Clough from Personal Development Unplugged. Bye-bye now. We all need time to de-stress, don't we? We all need that space. Everyone needs space. Our own place of personal retreat. And going to retreats are great. But if you can't, why not have one in your mind? You know, if you don't go to that special place, that stress just builds and builds and builds. But if you have a place in your mind where you can go and de-stress, work out problems, think of all the wonderful things that you'll be able to do. The wonderful feelings. So that's why I've created this program of 4 hypnosis tracks to build and be and have your own inner retreat. You can have whatever you like in that inner retreat. There could be rooms, there could be libraries, healing rooms, different lighting, maybe a fire in the corner, a special chair, maybe incense, anything that you choose. Some people have a computer that stores all the memories you've ever had, that library of everything you've ever read or everything you ever need to know. Maybe a healing room, a room where you can just go to and have your own inner healing or own inner relaxation. So what have I done? I've created these 4 tracks. 1 to build, 1 to extend it whenever you need to extend it, and then to be able to go there for a particular period of time or even a longer period of time. So you've got 2 tracks of just going and being in that special place where you can, take a problem with you, maybe muse it over in that special place, or you can leave it there, leave it to incubate in your unconscious mind. So when you come back, well, you can just have the answers come, or they might just come consciously. It's all there for you. All you have to do is go to paulcloughonline.com/retreat, have a look, give you a nice little video there, just see if it's for you. I think it's a lovely little program. There's nothing to lose because there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. It's a lovely program, and I think it was one I wanted to do for myself because I just thought it's such a wonderful thing to do. I love retreats, but hey, this is your own personal one. Have a look. Enjoy. Before you go, my friend, I'd like to ask you a question. Did you learn something from this episode? I hope you did, because even though every episode may not be the one that really floats your boat, sets you, alight, hopefully there's a takeaway in each and every episode for you. And I'd love to know what it was. So please do email me at feedback@personaldevelopmentunplugged.com. It's a personal email to me. I'd love to know so we can carry on doing this work that will allow you to exceed your dreams. And what's the payment for this? Payment, Cluffy? What are you talking about payment? I thought it was free. Well, it's like pay it forward. And if you could pay this forward in 2 ways, or maybe 3. The first way is please share it. Share this podcast with as many people as you could. And you can. It's very easy. Just press that share button. Send it off by email to them. You'd love to. This is something you might like. I'll get that right, Paul. Something you might enjoy. And hey, if you could, a real big pay it forward to me is wherever you're getting this podcast, is it iTunes, Castbox, or Stitcher, or whichever you're getting it from, Google Play, I don't know. Would you please just leave a review? Because the review really helps people find this podcast. There's thousands out there, and I want to direct people to this podcast. And the way to do it is by reviews. So if you could do that, if you could share, you could do that. And also just make sure that you're subscribed so you get this episode and every other episode on a Wednesday and a Saturday. If you could do all of that, my little heart will sing. And if you want me to sing, well, you'll have to wait and see. Enjoy. But please do all of that. Make my heart sing. Bye-bye now.
Warning, you are now leaving the unplugged mind of Paul Clough. It's time to fly on your own. Be brave, my friend.
Personal Development Unplugged.